And with that development, I'm going across to Group Captain Devnath for his comments. Group Captain Devnath, am I audible to you? All right, we're going to try and re-establish that connection there. But I'm coming to Group Captain VN Jha. Now, Group Captain, the development that is happening in Abu Dhabi, what would you like to say on that?
This we have seen, any time that there is a attack onto the petrochemical or any other asset of those Gulf countries, usually they claim that they had shot on the drones or the missiles and the debris had fallen onto it. Again take it with a pinch of salt, because when something falls exactly at the spot where the asset is being put on the flame, usually it is not the debris, usually it is the main system, whether it was the drone or the missile that has either evaded the air defense system or might have been damaged, but it has fallen at the spot where it was supposed to be. So this loss, now I believe there is a massive fire in that petrochemical area. There were other countries as well where such attack happened on the desalination plant, on the petrochemical structures, on the oil wells. All these has been happening in all those countries where American assets are there in the Middle East. So there is nothing new. It has happened in the past, and it is what you are reporting right now. It is happening now. There have been massive damage into the oil structures, into the oil depots, onto the refineries. So there is no doubt about all these things happening. And in this particular case, what you have reported, well, it was expected. Iran had claimed that in case if there is an attack on their nuclear plant, which is supplying the power to the country, there will be a massive, retaliation. And what we see here, it could be that retaliation. Iran claimed that all the desalination plant will be put out of order. So we are saying that. It had also claimed that all these countries who are hosting the military bases in their place must evict the Americans from their bases, otherwise there will be action against them also. So this is what we are seeing, whether it is Bahrain, whether it is Qatar, Kuwait, UAE, Iraq. Iraq, by the way, the entire Erbil has been wiped out of the American forces. Jordan also has suffered. Saudi has suffered. Oman has suffered. So what Iran had claimed that they will do, they are trying to do now, because their nuclear power station has been put out of order, has been struck by the aerial attack from the US forces. So this was expected, and this is what is happening. And we can see the situation worsening in the coming days. Vaishali.
All right, I'll come back to my guest. Now, an Iranian ballistic missile has struck a drone production facility in Petah, central Israel, causing significant damage to the site belonging to Aerosol Aviation Solutions. The impact heavily damaged the factory that produces tactical drones and aerospace components, and officials say the destruction is extensive. Early assessment indicates that operations at the facility cannot resume at its current location. Israeli authorities report no casualties so far. And with that, I want to go across to Group Captain Jha. Group Captain Jha, the question that I want to ask you is that what kind of ballistic missiles could have caused this level of damage, and what does that tell us about the precision involved?
Iran has got 4 types of ballistic missiles that are hypersonic: Fateh 1, Fateh 2, Shejil, as well as Khorramshahr 4, or they also call it Khyber. Now, these missiles are hypersonic, so it will be extremely difficult for any air defense system to intercept them in the middle air and destroy them. This is one area. Another is Iran also has got a cruise missile, which is the replica of the KH-55 types of missiles that Russians had. It can fly just 100 meters above the ground level and fly to the distance of almost about 3,000 kilometers. without being detected by any enemy radar system. And the same version are there in the Pave, which is about 1600 kilometers, and Ya Ali about 700 kilometers. So these are the missiles which are either difficult to be tracked or difficult to shoot down. So any of these missiles would have been, used. We have seen very few hypersonic missiles being fired till now. What were the stock Iran had of these missiles must be intact. And in the coming days, if they use these sort of missile, look, for Israel, which is just about 1,200 crow flying distance in terms of the distance. So any of the missiles, whether it is Shahab 3, ABC, Bashir, Qasim.
Short on time, so I'll have to interrupt you, but thank you so much for joining me. And with that, it's time for a short commercial break.